Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Leo spills Stephanie and Harris's night to Chad woman informant's rebound story? Days of Our Lives uncover that Leo obvious is shuffling various mysteries, yet one of them could actually spill during. It could cause some confusion and the propagation of a false idea. Leo discovered the stroller in the alley next to the pub during the chaos surrounding the kidnapping of Jude Brady. That is huge since it allowed Leo an opportunity to observe Stephanie Johnson, Abigail Klein, apparently doing the stroll of disgrace. Leo got a brief look at Stephanie as she ran first floor and headed out the back, so he appeared to be very charmed. There must be a justification for why Leo saw Stephanie and acquired a succulent chunk to document. It appears to be probable that reason includes woman informant's rebound since Leo will for sure attempt to make one soon enough. The Spectator's Chad DiMera, who recently purchased Gwen von Leuschner's share, is said to be Leo's next target. Leo clearly isn't Chad's number one individual, so getting Chad to enlist him back at the paper will be a daunting struggle. Since Leo never withdraws from a test, he'll make a striking pitch to Chad on December 29th. Days spoilers show that Leo will contend energetically for one more opportunity to give the outrage-cherishing individuals of Salem what they need. DOL fans realize Leo's section was very well known, so Chad might consent to listen to Leo. That doesn't mean Chad needs to rehire him, however Leo could essentially offer a sample of what he could offer of real value. Notwithstanding, Chad may have doubts about Leo conveying invigorating stories that individuals will really think often about. It's not difficult to envision Chad destroying Leo, who could bring up that he knows another piece of tattle including Chad, as well. Days say Leo could assemble some unacceptable pieces of information and expect Stephanie was leaving Harris's room following a wild evening of energy with him. Maybe Leo will concede to seeing Stephanie's takeoff the morning Jude got grabbed. That could persuade Chad to think that Stephanie laid down with Harris before they were even authoritatively separated. Actually, Stephanie crashed in Harris's bed and that's it, yet Chad might make a few rankling incorrectly presumptions in light of Leo's news. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Leo will uncover a few stunners as he attempts to land his woman informant position back, so stay with us for refreshes on his mysterious spillage. Stephanie on Days of Our Lives, all that you really want to be aware. Stephanie Johnson had very much an everyday routine on Days of Our Experiences, beginning with being stole as a baby. The person was brought into the world in 1990 and played by twins for several years. In 2006, Stephanie was matured into a young lady with Shayna Rose playing her. Be that as it may, in 2007, the job was reworked with Shelley Hennig, who depicted Stephanie until 2011. She did pop maneuver into Salem in 2017, yet when the person returned in 2022, the job was being played by Abigail Klein. First on Past Salem and afterward on Days Appropriate. The girl of Steve Johnson and Kayla Brady, Stephanie was grabbed by her caretaker, Sheila, yet was subsequently saved in Australia. Following Steve's demise, Kayla took Stephanie and moved to Los Angeles. In 2006, Stephanie got back to Salem with her mom, now a grown-up, and furthermore a popular race vehicle driver. She had a short relationship with Max Brady prior to leaving town once more. Stephanie returned to her home and began dating Jeremy Horton after it was revealed that Steve was still alive. She persuaded Chelsea and Max Brady to invest in his company, but it turned out to be a scheme to smuggle counterfeit clothing. Max lost all his cash, however created affections for Stephanie, however she stayed focused on Jeremy. After Jeremy passed on town to keep away from the police, Stephanie attempted to stay away from her affections for Max by dating Passage Decker, however the scoundrel wound up tranquilizing her beverage and assaulting her. Stephanie battled to manage her assault, and when Passage proceeded to medication and assault different ladies nearby, she enrolled her sorority sisters to tranquilize him and show him a thing or two. Be that as it may, in his out-of-it state, Portage attempted to assault Chelsea and wound up tumbling down the steps to his demise. Frightened, Stephanie persuaded everybody they ought to conceal the body as opposed to calling the police. Albeit reality later emerged, Stephanie was not charged. During this troublesome time, Stephanie became very near Max and, surprisingly, assisted him with finding his sister, Melanie, in France. Nonetheless, when Melanie was in Salem, the two ladies didn't get along by any means. At the point when Stephanie handed Melanie over to the police for a wrongdoing she'd admitted to, Max was irate and broken up with her. Taking some work as an understudy at Titan, Stephanie started working with Philip Kyriakis and Sparkles flew. Philip was only interested in Stephanie, so Melanie tried to steal him for herself. She acknowledged his proposition to be engaged, however before long ended up snatched as a pawn in the Demera/Kyriakis fight. However Stephanie was saved, she kept on having PTSD from her snatching that stressed her relationship with Philip, and when he would not slice connections to his family, she unloaded him. Then, she started seeing Nathan Horton, however he plainly still cared deeply about his ex, Melanie, so Stephanie was feeling significantly better when Melanie wedded Philip. Discovering that Philip was the dad of Chloe Path's child, Stephanie attempted to conceal the key to keep Melanie from separating from him and returning to Nathan. In any case, when the mystery emerged, Nathan was so furious at Stephanie's untruths that he said a final farewell to her at any rate. Stephanie wasn't seen for some time, however it was subsequently referenced that she'd left town. She went back to Salem in 2017 to attend her parents' remarriage, Steve and Kayla, but she didn't stay long. In 2022, Steve and Kayla went to Seattle to visit Tripp, Stephanie, and Joey, however their blissful gathering was damaged when a bomb went off and Stephanie was gravely harmed. Fortunately, she recuperated and got back to Salem sooner than she'd initially arranged. Sonny Kyriakis persuaded Stephanie to do PR for Titan, yet she was careful about working with Alex Kyriakis, who had quickly become stricken with her and came on areas of strength for excessively. She demanded they keep their relationship rigorously private and attempted to make it work. In the wake of taking on an excessive amount of work by additionally overseeing Paulina Value's mission for lead representative, Stephanie consented to recruit Chad Demera to assist. Things got off kilter, however, when they shared a kiss and afterward almost had intercourse. Afterward, assisting Paulina with recuperating shakedown material from Sloan carried Stephanie nearer to Alex once more. She began getting used to the fellow and they likewise shared a kiss. Tragically, Alex's envy ill-fated his relationship with Stephanie after he switched off her telephone so Chad couldn't intrude on their night together, and she missed the call from the clinic that her mom was kicking the bucket. Chad comforted her, and their relationship instead grew stronger. Fortunately, Kayla wasn't dead, and Stephanie and Chad found her in Greece, where she had been held hostage. Stephanie stayed well disposed with Alex and upheld his going to treatment to address his womanizing character. She and Chad got a loft and moved in together, however Alex moved close by and kept on barging in until Stephanie had a serious talk with him. Sadly, she before long understood that Chad didn't feel the same way she did about getting hitched and having a future together, and they started to fragment. Things got more convoluted when her ex, Everett Lynch, appeared in Salem and needed her back. He made sense of he hadn't ghosted her, yet had been in a mishap and trapped in a state of unconsciousness for quite a long time. Chad told Stephanie he needed to chip away at their relationship, yet when she figured out he'd furtively purchased the Observer to fire Everett, she moved out and they split up. Stephanie awoke the following morning in Harris Michael's bed after forming a bond with Jada Hunter over drinks at the pub. Days of Our Lives suggests that Stefan and Ava will come up with creative ways to keep Harris out of their business. Check out Watch the Show Unfurl. Days of Our Lives spoilers features. Ava and Stefan end up in all a pickle since Harris has appeared at the specific wrong second. Oh! This can't be great. They better think quick, assuming that they have any expectation of concealing their new positions. They absolutely do not want to end up in jail. Discussing detainees, Rafe stresses over his secured sister. Gabi's latest mishap has him naturally nervous and he's frantic to get her out, as he guaranteed on this day. Beneficial thing Jada is close by to cheer him up. Wendy's torn. In the meantime, Wendy gauges the advantages and disadvantages of returning home. She enjoys Salem and reveres Tripp, however life has not been simple, particularly after Lee's passing. Tripp attempts to help, however will he really be useful? Perhaps a discussion with Melinda will help. She has not had a simple few years and has a great deal of knowledge she can share. The two bond over their childhoods, and hearing Melinda's example of overcoming adversity might push Wendy in the correct bearing.